I've been studying happiness and habits for more than 10 years, since well before my New York Times best-selling book, The Happiness Project, was published. In my study of happiness, I've labored to identify its fundamental principles. Because I get a tremendous kick out of the numbered lists that pop up throughout Buddhism, like the Triple Refuge, the Four Noble Truths, the Noble Eightfold Path, the 8 auspicious symbols, I decided to dub these fundamental principles as my 8 Splendid Truths. Each one of these truths sounds fairly obvious and straightforward, but each one took me an enormous amount of thought. Take the second splendid truth. It's hard to exaggerate the clarity I gained when I finally managed to put it into words. So here are the 8 splendid truths. The first splendid truth is, to be happier, you have to think about feeling good, feeling bad, and feeling right in an atmosphere of growth. As we think about how we can make our lives happier, we need to consider how we can create more feeling good, more love, more fun, more enthusiasm, how we can cut down on feeling bad, less guilt, anger, resentment, boredom, how we can feel right by bringing our actions into harmony with our values. And, sometimes the things that we do to feel right don't make us feel good. Maybe your long commute is a big drag, but you put up with it so your child can go to a great school. And finally, how do we create an atmosphere of growth? We're happier when we're growing, learning, making something better, helping someone else, fixing something. William Butler Yeats wrote, "Happiness is neither virtue nor pleasure nor this thing nor that, but simply growth. We are happy when we are growing." The second splendid truth is, one of the best ways to make yourself happy is to make other people happy. One of the best ways to make other people happy is to be happy yourself. I think most people recognize the first part of the second splendid truth, that one of the best ways to make yourself happy is to make other people happy. This is one of the nicest aspects of human nature. Do good, feel good, it really works. I have a friend who was going through a terrible time, and when I asked her how she got through it, she said, "I was practically addicted to doing good deeds." But while everyone accepts the first part of the second splendid truth, the second part is just as important. By making the effort to make yourself happier, you better equip yourself to make other people happier as well. Happy people make better leaders and better team members. They volunteer more and give away more money. They're healthier and have better habits. In fact, the epigraph to the book, The Happiness Project, is a quotation from Robert Louis Stevenson. "There is no duty we so much underrate as the duty of being happy." I've certainly noticed this about myself. When I'm feeling happy, I find it easier to notice other people's problems. I find that I have more energy to try to take action. I have the emotional wherewithal to tackle sad or difficult issues, and I'm not as preoccupied with myself. I feel more generous and forgiving. Happy people help make people happy, so it's not selfish to try to be happier. The third splendid truth is, the days are long, but the years are short. Sometimes it feels like it takes an eternity to get through the day, but then a year passes in a flash. We need to remember that our time is limited and we don't have time to waste. The fourth splendid truth is, you're not happy unless you think you're happy. In his journal, artist Eugene Delacroix wrote, "He was like a man owning a piece of ground in which, unknown to himself, a treasure lay buried. You would not call such a man rich. Neither would I call happy the man who is so, without realizing it." Only we can decide whether or not we're happy. So we should ask ourselves, am I happy? The fifth splendid truth is, I can build a happy life only on the foundation of my own nature. We can build a happy life only on the foundation of our own interests, our own values, our own circumstances, our own temperament. Just because something's fun for someone else doesn't mean it's fun for you. Just because something is important to someone else doesn't mean it's important to you. Even if people truly love you and are very well intentioned, that doesn't mean that they know what will make you happy. In the end, we all have to figure it out for ourselves. The sixth splendid truth is, the only person I can change is myself. This is one of the most frustrating truths about human nature. It's so much more fun to think about how other people should change to make me happier. But in the end, the only person I can change is myself. But here's what I've learned. When I change, a relationship changes. So sometimes I can change someone else by changing myself. The seventh splendid truth. Happy people make people happy, but I can't make someone be happy, and no one else can make me happy. Of course, other people and their happiness matter tremendously to our happiness, but in the end, our happiness is our own responsibility. And the eighth splendid truth is now is now. Now is now. It's the only time we have. It's the only thing we can control. It's precious and fleeting. If over the next year you want to make your life happier by using concrete, manageable, a month-by-month structure, click the link below to learn more about a special new project created just for you called the Happiness Project Experience. I want to help you not only gain inspiration from my Happiness Project journey, but help you craft your own happiness project this year by preparing, making resolutions, and strategizing on how to keep those resolutions, all in pursuit of a happier, more fulfilled life. Registration has just opened for a limited time. If you've been wanting to make a change in your life, but you're not sure where to start, or you're not even sure what would make you happier, click the link below to learn more.